Hey guys, it is Julie here with TipRanks, and today we're talking energy. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. The IEA recently released a report saying that the global oil demand could peak before the end of the decade. So today we're going to take a look at that report, what it is that they're predicting, plus look at 3 green energy stocks that could pay off over the long term. Before we get into all of that, this is your friendly reminder to download the TipRanks mobile app if you want to access the wisdom of thousands of Wall Street analysts on the go. Links will be in the description down below. Now, let's jump right into this IEA report. Now, the IEA is the International Energy Agency, and they just came out with an oil market report saying that the growth in global oil demand is set to slow significantly by 2028. It says that the energy crisis has accelerated the transition to cleaner technologies. The use of oil for transport fuels is set to go into decline by 2026 as we see a rise in electric vehicles, the growth of biofuels, and improved fuel efficiencies reduce consumption. The IEA's executive director said that the shift to a clean energy economy is picking up pace, with a peak in global oil demand in sight before the end of this decade as electric vehicles, energy efficiency, and other technologies advance. Oil producers need to pay careful attention to the gathering pace of change and calibrate their investment decisions to ensure an orderly transition. So with this in mind, we thought it was a great time to look at a few clean energy stocks that could really pay off from this global transition over the next decade. First up, we're going to look at one of the top stocks in the clean energy space with Brookfield Renewable. Their stock trades under the ticker BEP, currently priced just shy of $30 per share. They have seen some great growth over the last few years, but are down 9% this past year, though up a few percent the last few months. The stock did take a dump off here earlier this week, and we'll get into that in just a second. Brookfield Renewable is a pure-play renewable energy company with a diversified portfolio of renewable energy sources with hydroelectric, wind, and solar. They operate one of the world's largest publicly traded platforms for renewable power and decarbonization solutions with operations across 5 continents. They use their operating capabilities, scale, and global reach to develop and operate a high-quality clean energy portfolio in a responsible manner, helping accelerate the global transition to net zero. Now, their stock did see a sell-off a couple days ago after they announced they would be acquiring Duke Energy Renewables. They agreed to acquire Duke Energy Renewables and a 6,100 megawatt development pipeline for $1.05 billion in equity proceeds. The purchase will be immediately accretive to Brookfield's funds from operations next year, but investors are reacting to the pricing of equity being issued for a portion of the proceeds to fund the acquisition. The company reported their Q1 earnings report at the start of May, where their funds from operations and revenue both came in ahead of analysts' expectations. Their Q1 funds from operations of 43 cents beat expectations by 2 cents per share, and revenue of $1.33 billion grew nearly 17%. Their stock currently has 6 analyst ratings, coming in as a moderate buy. That is based on 4 buys and 2 holds, with an average price target of $35. That would be an upside potential of 17% from current prices. The most recent rating came in just yesterday, where they did raise their price target to $31, but do have a hold on the stock. Over the last month, we have a couple other holds, but a lot of buy ratings and some with upsides as high as 34%. Second on our list today, we're taking a look at NextEra Energy. Their stock trades under the ticker NEE, currently priced at $74 per share. They have seen growth of 27% over the last few years. They're up 6% this past year and pretty flat the last few months. NextEra Energy is one of the largest electric power generators in the United States. NextEra Energy owns a clean energy business with NextEra Energy Resources. This is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from wind and sun. They also have their Florida Power and Light Company business, which provides clean, reliable, and affordable electricity across Florida. With a market cap of $100 billion, they are the largest utility company in the world. They generate more wind and solar energy than any other company as well. The company's plan is to reach real zero, which they said moves past net zero. Their plan is to decarbonize by no later than 2045. Their last earnings report came out near the end of April, and the next one is due on July 26th. For their Q1 at the end of April, they did come out with an earnings share beat at 84 cents per share. The company said following a year of strong financial results, NextEra Energy is off to a solid start in 2023, delivering strong first quarter earnings per share growth of approximately 13.5% year over year. Their stock currently comes in as a strong buy based on 12 analyst ratings. That breaks down to 9 buys and 3 holds, with an average price target of $89. That would be an upside potential of 20% from current prices. Most recent ratings came in just 1 week ago with upsides of 14 and 21%. We do have a couple holds that do still have some upside potential, and many of those price targets around the 20% upside mark. And third on our list today is SolarEdge Technologies. They trade under the ticker SEDG, currently priced at $275. They've seen some big growth over the last 3 years, up 85%, but the past year are only up 4% and are actually down 12% in the last few months. SolarEdge Technologies focuses on harvesting and managing solar power. The company's products include Power Optimizer, Inverter, and Monitoring Portal, and they offer residential solutions, commercial solutions, and grid services. They support a global network of more than 47,000 installers with offices in 34 different countries. With over 114 Power Optimizers shipped and 4.9 million inverters shipped, they are the #1 solar inverter company. The company reported their latest earnings report at the start of May, where they came out with a huge earnings beat. Their earnings per share of $2.90 was almost $1 ahead of analyst expectations. The company also had record GAAP revenue of $943.9 million. Their stock also comes in as a strong buy with 13 current analyst ratings. And with an average price target of $387, that would be an upside potential of 40% from current prices. The stock has 12 buy ratings and just 1 hold. Now, the most recent ratings are from a few weeks ago, but a lot of those upside potentials around the 40% mark. We do also have a top 10 analyst on here with Colin Roosh, who gives the stock rating a buy. As a little bonus here, I want to share with you guys one way to get exposure to a bunch of these great green energy companies, as there are a ton out there. And that is with an ETF, where you can get exposure to hundreds of green energy stocks in one place. One example of an ETF with a focus on clean energy is the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. That trades under the ticker ICLN, currently priced just over $18 per share. With assets under management of $4.37 billion, this ETF tracks a tiered index of global companies involved in clean energy businesses. This particular ETF has 101 holdings and has a particularly high focus on their top 10 with over 48%. Looking at those top 10 holdings, we have names like SolarEdge, as well as First Solar, Enphase Energy, Consolidated Edison, and Plug Power, to name a few. So there is a quick look at a few green energy options as the world begins to transition away from standard gas and oil. Let me know your thoughts on these companies in the comments down below, and which are some of your favorites in this clean energy space. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock, just meant for some information and entertainment. Please make sure you always do your own research and due diligence before making any investment decision. If you made it to the end, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.